French President Emmanuel Macron appointed François Bayrou as his new prime minister on Friday, December 13th. The announcement came after far-right and leftist lawmakers voted last week to topple Bayrou's predecessor Michel Barnier, and in doing so collapsed the government. Bayrou now faces the task of trying to steer legislation through a hung parliament comprising 3 warring blocs. It is, he said, a long road. Bayrou's priority will be passing a special law to roll over the 2024 budget. The temporary legislation is needed to avoid a US-style government shutdown at the start of 2025. It is intended to act as a stopgap until the parliament passes a more permanent budget bill drafted by a new government. Amid a festering political malaise, sparked when Macron called a snap election in June resulting in the hung parliament, Bayrou will become France's 4th prime minister this year. He is a close ally of Macron and a veteran centrist, and his proximity to the deeply unpopular president may prove to be a vulnerability. Jordan Bardella is the president of the far-right National Rally Party. He said they would not be calling for an immediate no-confidence motion against Bayrou. But he urged the new prime minister not to be a dummy of Macronism. Reaction to Bayrou's appointment on the left was more mixed. Communist leader Fabien Roussel said his party would hold fire against Bayrou. However, far-left France Unbowed party leaders said they would be seeking to remove the new leader. Former U.S. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi was admitted to a Luxembourg hospital for evaluation, her office said on Friday. The 84-year-old was hurt on a bipartisan congressional trip to mark the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Bulge and is continuing to work. A spokesperson said the injury occurred during an official engagement but did not provide more details other than to say she is receiving excellent treatment from doctors and medical professionals. Several media outlets reported she injured her hip in a fall. Pelosi was the first woman to serve as Speaker of the House and had also been a longtime leader of the House Democratic Caucus. She was re-elected on November 5 to a 20th consecutive 2-year term with 81% of the vote. A 6.3 magnitude earthquake struck Chile on the evening of December 13, 2024, shaking the central region, including the capital, Santiago. The earthquake occurred at 20:38 local time, 0:38 GMT, with its epicenter located 52 kilometers southeast of Curacao, at a depth of 114 kilometers. In Santiago, the tremor was felt strongly, with furniture visibly shaking in living rooms. Fortunately, the Hydrographic and Oceanographic Service of the Navy, SHOA, has confirmed there is no risk of a tsunami along Chile's coastlines. Inside this massive warehouse on the western edge of Damascus, rebel fighters found what appears to be an industrial-scale narcotics lab. The rebels who ousted President Bashar al-Assad say they found thousands of pills of an addictive amphetamine-like stimulant commonly known as Captagon. Many were packed inside electrical equipment. This fighter said this is how they wrap them and send them to countries abroad. He said they were meant to be wrapped in copper to hide them. Some pills were secreted inside fruit. Assad's government long denied ties to the international narcotics trade. But he was accused by Washington and others of profiteering from the production and sale of Captagon. The fall of his regime has allowed journalists to start searching Syria for evidence of the Captagon empire for the first time. Experts say the annual trade in Captagon is worth billions of dollars a year, experts say. And Western governments have linked the illicit trade in Syria to Assad's brother, Mar al-Assad. His whereabouts are not known and Reuters could not reach him for comment on the allegations. Inside the warehouse was a pill press and dozens of barrels, boxes and bottles of different chemicals. Captagon was the brand name of a stimulant first produced in Germany in the 1960s to help treat attention conditions. It was discontinued, but an illicit version of the drug known as poor man's cocaine continued to be produced. The stimulant has become entrenched across the Middle East, from the front lines of wars to high-end parties. It has been banned in many countries including the US and can have harmful side effects. The Damascus site is one of several fighters say they have found across the country where the drug was produced and prepared for export. And according to the director of a New York-based institute that tracks the Captagon trade, it appears to be one of the largest Captagon labs ever found. Pro Football Hall of Famer Randy Moss revealed on December 13 that he is recovering from cancer surgery and will undergo radiation and chemotherapy. The 47-year-old NFL legend shared the news during an Instagram Live appearance, disclosing that a cancerous mass was discovered in his bile duct between the pancreas and liver. Moss, who was hospitalized for 6 days, reflected on the unexpected nature of his diagnosis, saying he never imagined being in this position given his previously healthy status. After undergoing a 6-hour surgery to remove the cancer, Moss declared himself a survivor, but acknowledged the tough road ahead with additional treatments. Moss, who recently took a leave of absence from his ESPN analyst role, had requested prayers from his fans earlier in December. Known for his time with the Minnesota Vikings, Moss earned 5 Pro Bowl nods with the team and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2018. He retired with 982 career receptions, 15,292 yards, and 156 touchdowns, ranking among the NFL's all-time leaders.